What's going on, guys, man? It's your boy Nick Frazier, one half of the Water Cooler Talk podcast here, man. Man, tonight it's just me. It's just me, man. Maybe somebody else may pop in. We don't know. But hey, tonight we're gonna talk about the transfer portal. Who's in, who's out, who could be coming, who could not be coming. So let's go ahead. Let's get to it. Water Cooler Talk podcast going live. Let's go.
Going live.
With the coolest podcast.
The Water Cooler Talk podcast. The coolest podcast.
In your ear.
Yes, sir, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all so much for giving me a little bit of your time on this Friday afternoon. Well, evening, excuse me. We appreciate you so much for rocking with us here at the Water Cooler Talk podcast, man. Doing a live, man. Water break. This is what it should be called, a water break. But nah, man. We are here after early National Signing Day, which was a great day for Auburn. And it was a great day around the country for a lot of schools as well. But, you know, we talk about Auburn here a lot, and we touch on some other schools in the SEC. But, yeah, man. So now that the early class is signed and we know who the guys are in the class, and we'll go over that a little bit. We'll recap that some. Now we shift our focus to the transfer portal. Transfer portal opens up Monday, actually, December 9th. So there will be a lot of guys entering the portal. There'll be a lot of guys that will be announcing their plans to probably transfer to Auburn. But we'll take a look at that tonight, man. But before we get started, man, thank y'all so much again for rocking with me here, giving me a little bit of your time on this Friday. Follow us on X, man. Doing a lot more reposting, a lot more twittering or tweeting, is what you would call it on X, man. Follow us at CoolestPod23. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, like, share, hit the notification bell here as well. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, the same name, at the Water Cooler Talk podcast. I mean, at the Water Cooler Talk, excuse me, on Instagram and TikTok. And of course, our Facebook page, man. Follow our Facebook page, the Water Cooler Talk podcast on Facebook, man. We are trying to get our engagement and our followership up on the social media platform, man. So we appreciate y'all so much. Got a couple of people in the comments here, man. Shout out to DC from Auburn Addicts, man. First thing he said, he beat the King, Trebet. Hey, man, he said you got to tighten up a little bit, man. We appreciate that, man. We appreciate that so much. Shout out to DC over at Auburn Addicts. Bubba and the old man, he said he was gonna be here. He said he was gonna be here in the chat earlier with over at Iron Bowl Debates with Tight Sports and DC Wolf from Auburn Addicts. He got it. He said if Jackson Arnold is the pick as Porter QB, I'm immediately putting Hugh on the hot seat. Man, we getting into it already. We getting into it already. Hot seat Hugh. That's the new nickname. Hot seat Hugh. HSH. Hot seat Hugh. That's what I'm talking about. Auburn Addicts back again, man. Bubba, out of who is in now, who would you take? And Bubba, he ranking them. He's saying he want Mateer, Fafita, Moss, Salter, and Arnold in that order. And we'll get into that in a little bit, man. But like I stated, man, early National Signing Day has passed. And let's just recap the class a little bit before we get into the transfer portal here at Auburn. So man, Auburn signed 25 guys. Let's just go through some of the guys. You had, I think, the gem of the class that everybody is excited about, Deuce Knight, 5-star quarterback, who will be coming in. Don't know if he'll be competing for a starting spot his first freshman year, but definitely will be doing that his second year there. So, man, that's exciting to see, man. We got to get some guys to protect them on the offensive line, man. So you had Broderick Scholl out of Oklahoma who came in, Khalil Ellis, Tay Buster, Jacoby Ward, man. I think that's a solid group. I think that's the most offensive linemen that Auburn has signed within the past 4 or 5 years. So that's a trend, and we need those guys. We need those guys because we need somebody protecting the blind side of the quarterback, and we need people that can pass protect and run block, so that we can have another 1,000-yard rusher. We'll get into that in a little bit later, man. Let's look at the wide receivers, man. The Smith brothers, Derek and Eric Smith, both signed with Auburn as well as Sam Turner, who I believe could probably be the gem of this class. He could probably be the gem of this class. Sam Turner could probably be the one that surprises a lot of people. So that'll be interesting to see as well, man. And of course, At running back, Mr. 10,000 yards himself, Mr. Alvin Henderson, who, as a matter of fact, retweeted today. I retweeted today, is a finalist for the National Gatorade Player of the Year. So that's gonna be interesting to see, and hopefully he can win that. If that happens, that might be Auburn's first Gatorade national player to ever be on campus, probably. So we'll take a look at that, man. We'll take a look at that. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball. Man, they stacked up a lot of talent over on the, I'm sorry, I forgot about the tight ends, Hollis Davidson and Ryan Gehart. Man, got some talent there as well, man. Now let's get over to the defensive side of the ball. On the D line, 5-star, Mr. 5-star himself, Jarrett Smith, Mr. 5-star himself, Malik Autry, Antonio Coleman, and the flip of the day, Darren Smith. Darren Smith was the flip as well, with Jordan Coleman as well coming in, who I think will possibly be the biggest and the most impactful freshman on this squad on the defensive line. I think Jordan can come in and make an immediate impact, especially in the 2 deep. He can possibly start challenge for a starting job. Who knows, man? So we'll see what it is there. Looking at linebackers, man, we got Caleb Falk, Brian Dees, and Elijah Melendez. Man, I think Elijah Melendez is gonna be what's his Twitter name? Freak 10. That man a freak, man. That man is a freak. My bad. I see that, Bubba. It's Ryan G. I said Gehart. My bad. It's Ryan G. It's just G. My bad. He said he also told DC about Sam Turner. It was like that as well. So that's gonna be interesting as well. I think Sam Turner could be the Steeler. I think he's gonna be a really big surprise in this class as well. And he said he agree on Jordan, man. That's what's up, man. We appreciate it, man. Let's get to the DB side, man. The DB side: Anquan Fagans, Eric Winters, Donovan Starr, Devin Williams, Blake Woodby. A lot of talent in the secondary, man. So, and of course, punter John Allen McGuire is in as well. So hold on, give me 1 second. So yeah, John Allen McGuire as a punter in the class as well. So that's pretty good, man. It's a solid class, man. One of the best classes that was signed at Auburn in a while. So recruiting is upticking. So everything is gonna be good. Hopefully everything will pan out. Hopefully we can develop the talent, and hopefully this talent can help lead Auburn to a national championship. But that's not what we're here to talk about, man. We're here to talk about the transfer portal. The transfer portal is about to open up December 9th. So now there are a lot of guys who are announcing their intentions to enter the portal. So they haven't officially entered. They're just saying when they do enter the portal, they when the portal opens up, they are planning to enter the portal and seek somewhere else to play college football. So let's get into it, man. So looking at the guys that have announced their intentions to leave Auburn. So shout out to Huggy Beard, man. What's up, man? What's going on, man? Appreciate you having you, man. Appreciate you. So shout out to the guys that's in the chat. We appreciate y'all so much, man. But let's get back to it. The individuals who have announced their time that they plan, that they have on intentions of entering the portal on Monday. Let's start on special teams. Gabe Russo, the punter. He has announced his intentions to enter the portal as well. This when it opens up on Monday. Tight end Michael Riley has announced his intentions to enter the portal. Offensive lineman EJ Harris has announced his intentions to enter the portal. On the D line, Gage Keys and 4-star freshman from last class, TJ Lindsey, has announced their intentions to enter the transfer portal. So I think the TJ Lindsey one was a bit of a surprise to me. I thought he probably had a chance of, maybe having some playing time going forward next year. But yeah, that is interesting as well. So we'll look at that as well, man. On the wide receiver tip, Camden Brown has announced his intentions to enter the portal as well. And of course, Holden Gardner, quarterback Holden Gardner has announced his intentions to enter the portal. And just recently today, Caleb Wooden, the safety, has announced his intentions to enter the transfer portal. So we wish all of those guys well. We wish them well in their journey to wherever their next destination will be. And we wish them much success. But it does hurt seeing a lot of people leave the program. But you have to do what's best for your family. You have to do what's best for yourself as well, and your projection going forward. So we appreciate that as well, man. But looking at the transfer portal works both ways now. Have guys leave, and now you have guys that are looking at your school or at the school that you rep to come in and actually be a participant to your football team. So just want to take a look at some of the guys, man. The biggest name that we're gonna say quarterback for last, because that could be a discussion in itself. But let's start at running back, man. Ahmad Hardy is a name that has been coming up that I just started seeing coming up recently, roughly in the last day or two. Running back for ULM. He is apparently announced his intentions to enter the transfer portal on Monday, December 9th. Apparently this guy he's a pretty special running back. He's really good. Just looking at some of his stats from this past season, he had 237 carries for 1,350 yards and 13 touchdowns. Well, could he duplicate that at Auburn? Is that something that he could possibly duplicate at Auburn? If he gets the ball, more than likely he can. I'm just playing. But I mean, looking at the running back room coming in, you do have Damari Alston, and you do have Alvin Henderson coming in as well. So the running back room, I'm not mad at them pursuing a running back to come into the room, because of course with that with the running back, you will need a running back in the class for the simple fact because it's a brutal league. You know, you have many collisions every day as a running back. So it would be best if you had, I think 4 guys on that Jeremiah, my bad, I forgot about Jeremiah Cobb. Jeremiah Cobb as of right now is still in that room as well. So adding Hardy in that room would be a plus, because if you are going to run the ball, which hasn't been proven, but if you are going to run the ball and you are going to continue to have a running game, you're going to want to rotate those guys in and out. You're gonna want to be able to have fresh guys, fresh legs towards the end of the game, to where when you are in those close games, you can run the ball and you can get significant yards and you can sit there and potentially and win games just off of the run game. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself has entered the chat over from Auburn Addicts. Ladies and gentlemen, DC Wolf has jumped in with us. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get him in here. DZ, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm in.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Wolf from Auburn Addicts has entered the chat, man. What's going on, DC? How you feeling?
What's up, man? Bubba. Hey, Bubba, I did a magic man on you. I was in the comments. Now you see me. Now you don't.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's crazy.
Put a magic man on you, Bubba.
That's what he
What's
said,
up, man?
bro.
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Not much. We just talking transfer portal. We talking some of the guys that possibly could enter the portal. Some of the guys that are leaving. Kind of went over them already. We'll just recap: Holden Gardner, Camden Brown, Michael Riley, EJ Harris, Gabe Russo, Caleb Wooden, Gage Keys, and TJ Lindsay have all decided that they're going to announce. They are announcing their intention to enter the transfer portal on Monday. So that's what we're looking at. And so now just kind of went over some of the guys that Auburn could be looking at possibly to come in and take over some of those spots to help compete next year, hopefully for an SEC championship, and hopefully for a potential playoff spot. So just talked about Ahmad Hardy, man, the running back from ULM. Just went over some of his stats. He's had 237 carries, 1,351 yards rushing, and 13 TDs. Do you think that translates to Auburn's offense?
He looked
If they
good
run
when
the ball, if they run the ball,
if they would run the ball, yeah, he looked good. He looked pretty good when he played us too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Bubba said, man. Bubba said, "Hey, my favorite AU media duo." Shout out to Bubba,
Hey,
man. We
man, what's up?
appreciate that.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate
He
it.
said
Man.
he like
Cool.
Hardy as well. He reminds him
Yeah.
of Damari. So you're gonna have two Damari style running backs in the back, in the background.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I
Okay.
like Damari, man. I like Damari.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I think you said one time that Damari Austin could go and be a starting running back in any other school in the ACC.
I think so, man. King don't think so. King in comments. King don't think so, Nick.
Okay.
He don't think so, but I do.
Okay.
I just think Damari hadn't gotten the touches, man. Yet. Hopefully, he get the touches, man. Hopefully.
That's true, man. That's true, man. Shout out to our guy Ted. Ted's in the chat. Ted said the entire offense is going to be young. We could honestly use some veterans at every position. Says I agree with you there, man. I honestly believe that Auburn probably goes out, and they probably get one person at each position, maybe two for certain positions, and I'll get into that in a little bit. Looking at wide receiver, man. Let's look at wide receiver. Okay. So who do we have coming back at wide receiver? So as of right now, of course, you have Cam Coleman coming back. You have Perry Thompson back, Malcolm Simmons, Bryce Kane.
Yep.
As of right now, Caleb Burden is still in that wide receiver room. How many do you think Auburn adds to that receiving room?
I can see them adding a couple, man. I can see them adding a couple. But I mean, you don't get too deep because that's what I remember. I asked y'all, do y'all think Perry Thompson can get Cam's production and Cam get KLS production? If that could happen, and then we just keep Malcolm Simmons, man, that starting three is gonna be awesome. The stars.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you got if Cam Coleman, Perry Thompson, and Malcolm Simmons are your starting receivers next year, everybody else behind him is gonna be deaf. I think Bryce Kane may get some run, maybe. He should get some run. But if you go out, I think Auburn probably may go out and get a receiver, just a veteran guy, or something like that.
Can you bring somebody in? So can you bring a KLS in? Though with those guys already there, can you bring a KLS in?
I don't know if you would bring a KLS.
Man.
I don't know if you would bring a KLS type receiver in. I think you would probably bring somebody in that can just come in and give you a spell. Like maybe like a solid the way Camden Brown was used this year, something like that.
Okay.
You know, he can give you what, 10 snaps a game, maybe something like that. You know, I don't think you go in and find a receiver because I think you have them in the room already.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Who's gonna come there, man, to take less touches unless you're getting somebody who just like, man, I want to get my NIL money. And
that's a good question.
My question: are you gonna be able to get an NFL type guy that's an impact guy that's gonna be able to come in? He's not gonna get touches like KLS, man.
But okay, well, maybe we're looking at this wrong. Maybe we don't need to go get a receiver. I mean, you already got Derek Smith, Eric Smith, and Sam Turner coming in. You got Bryce Kane there. So why not just get those guys run and just let them play?
Yeah, because it's gonna be hard. I think it's gonna be hard, even if you bring in a NFL type guy. Then, man, if I'm Perry Thompson, I'm gonna be looking like, whoa, bro, what you doing?
I agree with you though. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So you probably gonna get perhaps get somebody jump in the spring portal and leave. If you bring in a number one receiver, that's a conundrum right there. So that's what I'm asking you the question because I don't know.
I can see them going out getting a guy. I just don't think they need to. I mean, because you got talent in the room. Let that talent play. Let them get the experience. Let them develop. That's just how I feel about it. But you know, Hugh Freeze loves veterans. You know, he loves the veteran experience. But you know, let some of these young guys get some run and get some play, man, and we'll see what happens, man. But here's some of the names that have been floated around for Auburn. Micah Hudson from Texas Tech. This year he had 8 catches for 123 yards, no touchdowns.
Okay.
CJ Daniels from LSU, 42 catches for 480 yards, no touchdowns.
Isn't that a previous Liberty player?
CJ Daniels from LSU?
Yeah.
Not sure.
I think he's Bubba, tell me. I think he's a previous Liberty player. I think. So if he's a previous Liberty player, that might be your guy.
Well, okay. Well, you also got Casey, who's a lot of chatter has been around these last two guys. Casey Concepcion. I hope I'm saying his last name right, from NC State. He had 53 catches for 460 yards and 6 touchdowns this year. And then the last person, Dane Key, who announced his intentions to enter the portal from Kentucky, had 47 receptions for 715 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, you got to kick the tires on that, man.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta like. I'm just saying because like it could cause a rift in the room. Is what? Yes, he did say CJ did play for Hugh at Liberty.
Yeah, so he already know the system, bro. It ain't gonna be no slowing down. It's just plug and play with him.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Bubba came back and said Coleman, Simmons, Kane, Jackson, Turner, Smith. I fully expect Burton to leave. I think we pursue a high-level Z receiver. I don't think they're ready to hand the keys to Perry yet. If they are not ready to hand the keys to Perry yet, come on, man. Yeah. Come on. If that's the case, they should have just let that man went well somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, because it was reported that they asked him to take a red shirt this year, and he said no.
Really?
Yeah. That's what was reported. It reported was he was asked to take a red shirt this year, and he said no. And the exact words, and actually, I think this was reported by Mike Giddens from the War Report. He said they asked him to take a red shirt. He said no. He said he could have went anywhere in red shirt. He came to play.
Ooh.
So that's just gonna be interesting. It's an interesting name. Interesting name. Yeah, Bubba agreed with the CJ Daniels one.
Right there, man.
Yeah, man. So looking at tight end, I can't pronounce this guy's last name, but Arkansas had a duo into the portal to last night or early today. Luke Haas at tight end. 26 receptions, 324 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Brandon Frazier's coming back. Michael Riley's gone.
That's my guy. Go ahead.
So does Auburn go out and get a tight end in this first round of portal? Do they go look at somebody like a Luke Haas?
I think you need to.
Okay.
I think you need to. I think you need to bring another tight end in, especially a blocking tight end, man. Because those guys that are coming in, those guys are not ready to block in the SEC, man.
So you don't think Broderick Scholl could actually be in the 2 deep? I honestly believe Broderick Scholl out of this class that just signed
you
actually come in to be in the 2 deep.
Oh, you saying the tackle? I thought you were saying the tight ends.
Yeah, no, my bad. My bad. I am tripping. Yeah, I'm gonna skip ahead. My bad. Go ahead. All right, so yeah, you right about this. You right about the tight end. Yeah, you right. My bad.
Yeah, I'm like with the tight ends. I don't think them guys are physically ready to come in and block in the SEC, man.
Oh, talking about Hollis Davidson and
Hollis Davidson. They may be ready to do some catches. Maybe they're not physical enough for these guys and the defensive ends at Georgia and Texas and Oklahoma. They're not ready, man. So they make some catch, do some catch.
There was a comment a couple of shows back. I can't remember who made the comment, but I was thinking about this today when I was preparing for this show. I said, where is the Jay Prosh type player for this team?
We don't have it, man.
We don't.
We need it, man. We need it because I was looking at our tight ends, man, and if you look at those games, a lot of plays were blown up because of whiff tackles, man, by Rivaldo Fairweather and Luke Deal, man. Sorry to call y'all. I mean, it is what it is. And even Hugh Freeze said it. That's why he took the lineman and gave him number 42 and put him, in that position to block because we weren't getting it done. So we got to have somebody. Brandon Frazier do pretty good, but we got to have somebody to block him up. He is coming off. Back him up. He's coming off an injury. So
that's true. All right, move to the offensive line, the interior offensive line, man. So EJ Harris has decided to state that he's entering the portal, and the other part of the duo, Patrick Curtis, I'm sorry if I pronounced his last name wrong, from Arkansas, entered the portal, and he is probably somebody that Auburn may want to look at on the interior side. Now, it's reported that Dylan Wade can transfer or he can come back. Jeremiah Wright can transfer or he can't come back. Connor Liu is back. But the problem that you have now is the offensive tackle spots. Xavier Miller, I believe his eligibility has ran out.
Really?
I believe so. I believe he's a senior. I think his eligibility ran out, and I need to check on that just to make sure. But Percy Lewis is gone.
Yeah.
So now you're looking at
the same position, man.
Yeah, now you're looking at the offensive line and the offensive tackle. You have a DeAndre Carter there, you have a Fabian Edwards there, you have a Tyler Johnson that can possibly step up and play and things stuff like that. The name that everybody is talking about for offensive tackle is Josh Thomas from Northwestern. Now, let me make sure I get this right. I want to make sure I quote this right, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't want to, you know, in the words of Pat McAfee, journalistic integrity. Journalistic integrity.
I don't have it then, Nick.
So Jason Caldwell, he puts out a Friday Auburn column every column, and he was asked a question about, are there any OTs that Auburn will be looking at in the portal? And these are the words that he put. He said Auburn's going to sign at least one offensive tackle and probably two guys by the time the dust settles. One of the guys that the Tigers have already reached out to is Josh Thomas from Northwestern. He's played guard and some right tackle. But he says, in his opinion, it doesn't feel like that's going to be the guy.
Okay.
And things of that nature. That's what he said. He said it doesn't feel like he's going to be the guy in that situation. So, but he also said at the end of that as well that there'll probably be an influx of tackles in the portal as well, once the portal opens up. How many tackles do you think Auburn? And I was just about to ask this question. Just about to ask. Bubba said we need 2 tackles. How many tackles do you think we need to go out and get in this portal class?
I think at 3.
Wow.
No, for real, man. I mean, think about it. We don't. Tyler Johnson, man. I wonder if he can improve. If he can improve, maybe 2. But like he said, man, Favors may not be ready. Okay. Is Jeremiah? And I'm talking about guards now. Is Jeremiah Wright coming back? That's the question. That's the question. Nobody knows that answer yet because Dylan Wade and Jeremiah Wright can either declare for the NFL draft, transfer, or come back. Okay, so just say if Jeremiah Wright comes back, he resumes his position. I would let Carter and Joyner just get in a ring and fight it out for the left guard. I would move Wade. I would move Wade to the right tackle and then go get me a left tackle. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Okay. All right. That's what I would do, man. I would go I would spend the money, as much money, get me a true left tackle, put Wade at right tackle, let those boys fight it out for left guard, and we good to go. I'm gonna tell you this. I think Auburn needs to start looking at right tackles as well, because if you are sitting here saying that Deuce Knight is going to be your quarterback of the future, he's left-handed. He's left-handed, man. So you're gonna have to have somebody to protect his blind side, which will be his right side. Yeah, man. So you're gonna have to start looking at a Favor Edwards, maybe Tyler Johnson can switch to the right side. Broderick Scholl, maybe he can step in and be that guy on the right side and things and stuff of that nature. But I don't know, man. I think this probably behind the quarterback position is probably the most important position that Auburn has to look at possibly getting. To say the least, bro. To say the least, man. That I'm telling you, I think in some instances it's more important than, and I know people will be like, DC is crazy, but I think in some instances it's more important than the quarterback, man. Because how it's set up now, man, think if Wade and Jeremiah Wright left, dude. Whoever we bring in at quarterback, he's gonna be running for his life. Yeah, you got a point. He's gonna be running for his life, man. So that's a strong point there, because if they both leave, man, that is we in trouble. I can't even imagine that. That's bad. I mean, because at that point in time, you're gonna really have to rely on a lot of young pieces on the offensive line. So hopefully, I think DeAndre Carter can step in and be that guy at guard. But do you think Jacoby Ward can step in as a freshman and get some real run as a guard? Could Tay Buster step in at a tackle or guard spot and get some real run? I think Broderick Scholl can on the offensive tackle side. I think Broderick Scholl will be in the 2 deep next year. Okay. I think he'll be in the 2 deep next year. I think so. Does he put some weight on? That's what everybody say. I mean, but he a big dude though. He's still big. A big dude, and he can, man. That dude can move, man. Yeah, he got nice feet. And like you say, he probably got nice ankles. He got ankles like Hugh likes. The ankles. He got the ankles that he loves, man. He love ankles. But yeah, he got to put on some weight, man. This SEC is brutal, man. Yeah. He's too light for the SEC, man. So. All right, man. So hopefully Auburn can get it taken care of, man. We'll be watching and we'll be reporting on it when we can.
Let's get to the defense. I want to do quarterback last because that's everybody
Okay.
is talking about the quarterback position. But we'll get to that
Yes.
last, man.
Yes.
But let's start on defensive line. So Gage
Yes, sir.
Keys and TJ Lindsey have announced their intention to enter the portal. All right. This is gonna be controversial what I say right here.
Okay.
I honestly don't think Auburn needs to get a defensive tackle. I think you got them. But like I said, they're young, but I think you got them. I think Blockton.
Okay.
I definitely think Jordan Crawford.
You forgot about Travis though. He played with Blockton he played with Blockton.
Yeah.
Travis,
right.
Yeah. So they started together. So
Yeah.
you got those two starters.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Jordan Crawford can come in and give some spell.
I do too.
I think Malik Autry can come in and play right away.
I do too.
That's the reason why I was upset. I was like, when TJ Lindsey announced that he was leaving,
Yeah.
I was like, huh?
Bruh,
Like, you could have came in and played like next year. But it could have been other things behind that as well. Why he leaving, we don't know. And things stuff like that. But I think if they do go out and get somebody, they could probably go out and get one.
Yeah, I say one. We on the same page. I say one. You don't need but one. Play young guys.
And here are two people that have announced their intention to enter the portal. So you got Jeray Bledsoe from Texas, who's a D lineman.
Okay.
And Keyshawn Silver from Kentucky, who has announced his intentions to enter the portal. He's a D lineman. So,
well, I got to see his stats though, but yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I don't have his stats in front of me. I just wrote the names down.
Okay.
Who of everybody that has announced their intentions to enter the portal. So those are two guys. For one thing, they both have SEC experience. One from Texas, one from Kentucky. So it will be interesting to see how that works out. But I honestly I wholeheartedly believe you have the guys in the room now to play now.
I do too, man.
So with Blockton, Travis, Autry, Jordan Crawford, that's four guys that you can rotate throughout the game. I think that's enough. Now you may get they're young, they're freshmen. Man, let them dudes play because by the time they are juniors, they know the system, they know how it is, they know the grind, and then at that time you come in and get new guys that they can train up and teach and stuff like that. And it also helps with putting them guys in the NFL as well too. Let's move on to edge, man. So
before you go there, let me ask you this: what happened to Deron Reed, man?
So Deron Reed hasn't
He's still there, right?
Yeah, he's there. He was in the 23 class.
There was a lot of promise behind him.
It was. Possibly entering the portal.
Okay.
It's not official yet. It's just there's words saying that he may enter the portal.
Okay.
Let's see. Ted saying there's a lot of people that are saying Show could start if he puts on weight. Yeah.
We all on the same page, man.
Bubba said that's a bold claim on Show, but I like it. Ted came back and said, haven't watched much film, but apparently his fundamentals
and technique
is top tier. Okay. All right. Yeah. I lost it for a minute. Bubba said, I think you need 1-3 technique. But if they want to roll with the young cats after that, I'm cool with it. Just expect going for that. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it, man. I think they should roll with those defensive tackles at that position, man, and just let them guys go and get that experience there. Moving on to the edge position. Now we got a lot of edges. A lot of edges on the roster.
I start smiling.
A lot of edges on the roster right now. Kieran Crawford, Jamonte Waller, Joe Phillips. All right, I'm asking you, do you think they need to move Joe Phillips to linebacker?
They might need out of necessity. Okay. I would want him to play some edge. We deep at edge, man. Yeah, we deep at edge. So they might not need him at edge, man. We might out of necessity. I would like to see him in the middle too, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you can get all of them on the field together, you know what I'm saying? The Morris Williams and the Crawfords and Keldrick Falks, Joe Phillips, DeMarcus Riddick. Think if you can get all them guys on the field together, man, that might be special. So
a lot of talent.
I want to see him. I want to see him in the middle. I think I want to see him in the middle.
Okay,
because let the other guys run the edge. We got edges, man.
There's one name that's popping up right now. Transfer from LSU, Deshaun Womack.
Really?
Yes. Yes. He's
Really?
popping up as
Okay.
a possible look at Auburn. Like he has interest. I don't know if Auburn's reached out to him yet, but apparently he has interest as well.
Okay. Well,
So
that's what's up. That's
that'll
what's
be
up.
interesting to see.
Yeah.
And the thing about it too is, there's a lot of guys that have interest in Auburn that have played
Mm-hmm.
either in the SEC or the Big 10 or the Big 12. They played in the Power 4 conferences.
Okay.
So it will be interesting to see. Moving to linebacker. Now, here's the only linebacker within that. Myusi is gone.
Yep.
Austin Keys is gone.
Mhm.
Gina Sante is gone.
Yep.
Gote is gone.
Yes.
So that you have Riddick, DJ
Mhm.
Barber. I honestly believe Elijah Melendez can come in and play right away.
Mhm.
I think he can.
Yes, I think he can. I think he can.
But Phoenix
did it.
Jackson, Riddick, yeah, exactly. Riddick did it.
Mhm.
But Phoenix Jackson, who's announced his intentions to enter the transfer portal from Fresno State, per Jeffrey Lee from Auburn Live,
Mhm.
has already set his official visit for next week.
Yeah, and I think according to Hugh Freeze, they've changed the way they recruit the transfer portal.
Mhm.
They're like, man, because they got a lot of misses with offensive linemen because they were trying to do it like high school recruiting. Hugh Freeze them like now, man, they're trying to like get them on campus and not let them leave. Like lock the doors, man. For real, because see, that's what happened with the offensive tackle with Arkansas. He was supposed to come to Auburn next.
Yeah.
He went to Arkansas. He never made it to Auburn, man. So we could have had him, but he was like, he's changed his mentality as far as the portal. He's like, man, we got to get him on the campus and get him. You know, they're gonna lock the doors on this dude, man.
That's an interesting. That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Now, here's some of the guys that have decided to throw their names in for announcing their intentions to enter the portal. You got Gabe Powers from Ohio State.
Okay.
John Lewis from Mississippi State.
Okay.
Xavier Atkins from LSU.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese Fierbry. I hope I said his last name right, from Kentucky, and Noah Matthews from Kentucky. Nico Davila from Arkansas. Deshaun Warner from Kansas. Justice Boone from Florida.
Okay.
Keanu Knott from Alabama. Those are just some of the guys that have announced their intentions to enter the portal.
Okay.
Do you think Auburn goes out and get at least one linebacker?
Yeah, man. I think they might get two.
I can see them getting two as well.
Yeah, they might get two, man. But yeah, we need at least one just in case the young guys aren't ready. No, I think all of them probably physically ready, but man, you see DJ Barber didn't get much run. So
I think he had 3 snaps this year.
Yeah, so man, it's a mental part. Joe Phillips.
Yeah.
We know him, it's not the physical.
Not at all.
Yeah, it ain't physical with him, so it's all mental, getting the playbook down and all that stuff. So that's the part you don't know. Can they handle the speed of the game? You know what I'm saying? Can they handle the playbook at the SEC level?
Very
so true. These young ones might get in and can't handle it, man. So you got to get some, players that can do it just in case.
I would Gabe Powers from Ohio State. And Gabe Powers from Ohio State and Atkins from LSU. I would be interested in seeing those guys in our Auburn uniform next year.
Me too. Yeah. Yes.
I would be interested in seeing those two.
Yes. Give me some downhill guys, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I would be looking like, man. Bubba came back and said, man, JoJo is such a freak. Just get him on the field. Play him at tailback if you got to. Shout out to Huggy Beard. Huggy Beard.
What's up, Huggy?
Man.
What's up? We been rocking all day, Huggy.
He said, bro, talk about linebacker. It'd be cool to see Auburn become LBU. Man, if Auburn became LBU, you'll have Carlos Dansby like, Dontarius Thomas like, Trey Blackman like guys. Will Herring kind of played at the line a little bit when he was at Auburn. So man, it'll be, if we did, we already running back you. We can get L back you. LBU.
Travis Williams trying to,
Travis Williams,
word on the street, what I'm saying? He's trying to get to, what they saying is allegedly, Lindsey might be going there, man.
Really?
T. Will, what's up? Yeah, he from Arkansas.
That's right, he's from Arkansas.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
T. Will, what you doing, man? T. Will, you need to stay from around Auburn, man. But go
Hey man, Tez came back and said, man, don't be surprised if Eric Winters ends up in that linebacker room.
Whoo, I wouldn't be surprised. Eric Winters gonna be playing everywhere, man.
Ooh,
He gonna be
you know
playing.
what?
He gonna play on all three levels.
I was just about to say that. Eric Winters can legitimately be an edge rusher. He can legitimately play outside linebacker. He can legitimately play strong safety.
Yeah, he's gonna be on all three.
It's a different type of athlete right there.
Yeah.
Oh, we forgot about El Toro Freeman.
Charlie, we did it. We did it.
Forgot about that, man. But yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. I was looking at the secondary, man. So Caleb Wooden decided today that he's going to enter the portal.
Okay.
But you looking at what's coming back with Jay Crawford. We are assuming that Ken Lee will probably, I don't know if he'll flirt with the portal. I think he was thinking about it last year. So who knows what may happen this year. You have Ken Lee, Sam Anthony, Tyler Scott, Sylvester Smith. I mean, and then you just signed Anquan Fagans, Donovan Starr, Blake Woodby, Devin Williams, Eric Winters. Like, does Auburn, do we need to go get anybody at the corner?
Man, I don't think so, man. Honestly, I just think let them play, man, and play just like okay, you got the guys that had growing pains this year, man. With Sylvester, they had growing pains in the first few games. They were leaving positions, getting weren't sound in assignment. Okay, you got those guys back with a full year of experience. Okay, now bring the young guys in and let them rotate in, get their growing pains, and just keep going, man.
True.
I take growing pains. I'll take the snafus, man, if we're playing young people, man. I agree. I can do it. Just play the talent, man.
One name that I wish would give Auburn a look, Julian Humphrey from Georgia.
Okay.
I wish he would give Auburn a look.
Okay. Bro, who you sitting on the bench for him, though? Who you benching? See, that's the problem.
I would probably move, if that's the case, this is how I would do it. I would probably put Humphrey at one corner.
Okay.
Jay Crawford at the other corner.
Okay.
I'll probably have Champ Anthony in the deep secondary as a free safety.
Okay.
And I probably put Ken Lee at that other spot.
Okay, so what are you what are you gonna do with Sylvester Smith and
Hey, we'll
Crawford?
rotate them in. We'll rotate them.
Whoa, boy, they'll be out of here in the spring.
But
I'm saying they'll be out of here in the spring. They were starters.
We'll rotate them in. I'm sorry, man.
Coach.
Nah, Jay Crawford will be my other boundary corner. He'll be my other field corner.
I mean, what's the other guy in the secondary, man?
Talking about Champ Anthony?
No. He played this year, man. I need to get my roster.
Tyler Scott? No, Tyler Scott was hurt. No, Tyler Scott was hurt.
No. Okay. Bubba, tell us, man. My mind is just like
Jaren Thomas. Jaren Thomas gone.
No, not Jaren Thomas, man. Caleb. Yes, Caleb Harris. Caleb Harris, man. What are you gonna do with? Yeah,
you know what?
What are you gonna do with Caleb Harris, man? What are you gonna do with Sylvester Smith?
I'm gonna propose this to you.
What?
Would you move Caleb Harris to the linebacker spot? Because you know what? When I watch Caleb Harris play,
man, he got
I'm not gonna say this, but I always said that Zion Puckett played out of position.
He did.
I always thought Zion Puckett should have played in the linebacker area.
He did.
Do you think Caleb Harris can handle that?
He probably could. Man, he got to put on some weight, but man, he got the hit stick for sure.
I believe he could. I believe Caleb Harris can.
And you got to get the kid that came from Alabama too, man.
Antonio Kite. Kite gone.
No, not Kite, man. Another dude in the secondary, man. The one I told you was Flash, and I think his number is 30, man.
Man, it's hard keeping up with these.
Yeah, man. He said, yeah. So I mean, it's like, bro, that'll be if you get the guy from Georgia. It's like, man, who are you gonna sit down?
I mean,
it's getting to that point where our floor is getting so high, man.
Yeah, you raise the floor.
They're raising the floor so high. It's like when you bring in a starter, it's like, oh my God, now you got to sit Sylvester Smith and Caleb Harris.
Yeah,
and they were balling.
Yeah, that's true. Jarquez Robinson, he out of eligibility.
Okay, he's out. Is he? But he didn't play this year. He sure he didn't red shirt? He didn't play. You sure he might have red shirted?
If he did, hey,
you see what I'm saying? He might have red shirted because he didn't play in over 4 games. I saw him at the end of the season. Okay,
well maybe he did. Maybe he took a red shirt. And maybe
I don't know, but I'm just wondering. Jarquez Robinson, man. I like what he showed when he got on the field. He was flashing.
I like that. Of course, special teams, man. Gabe Russo, he said he think he already redshirted at Bama. Gabe Russo, the punter, is leaving. But not about the punter. Let's talk about this kicking game. Towns Magoo, he gave us what he could this year. He gave us what he could. Ian Vachon came through at the end. And he played pretty solid. He was actually pretty solid.
He did.
Now we don't know if Alex McPherson, from what I've read and what I've been reading and hearing, is that he's about his illness is more serious than what they thought, apparently.
Wow.
So
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, so I think he only kicked one time this year.
Yep.
The
In the Missouri game.
Yeah, the Missouri game.
It was in Missouri or Kentucky, one of them.
Kentucky. I think it was. Yeah. But they hopefully he's ready for next season. That's what they're saying. Hopefully. So does Auburn need to go out and get a kicker? Or do you think with an off season and not just being pulled off the street out of class, could Ian Vachon be that guy?
Yeah, I think Towns could be that guy too, man. I think Towns is talented, and just let them battle it out for the kicker, man. That's just my thoughts. Because I remember when, man, I don't know if you remember this. I remember when Daniel Carson first started kicking.
I remember.
I was like, bro, get this guy out of here, man. Immediately. Get him out of here, man. But he became the next year flip forward, he became Mr. Automatic, man.
He did.
So
yeah. What they call him? Legatron?
Yeah, man. He was that, bro. But when he first started kicking, I was like, man, this dude is horrible, man.
I'm asking a question. Who would you rather have? Will Bynum, Anders Carson, or Daniel Carson?
Daniel Carson.
Really? Over Anders Carson?
The older one. Who was the older one?
Anders.
No, Daniel was the older one.
No, Daniel the younger one.
Okay, no, yeah, I mean the older one. What I'm talking about now is I'm talking about the older one. I'm
Anders Carson.
Okay. Yeah, I'm talking about the old one, man. Yeah, the older one
all day
long.
Yeah,
I thought. Yeah. I'll take the older one.
Yeah, man. Boba said, man, got to bring in a veteran kicker, man. I think for competition, I think Alex may be done. Wow.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like his wait. Anders wasn't here first. Daniel wasn't there. I'm telling. Who was there?
Daniel. It was Daniel. I'm telling you, it was Daniel. It was Daniel was here first.
You're right. It was Daniel. That's the one I take. That's the one I take.
Yeah, Daniel.
I thought Anders was there first, man.
No,
that's what I told y'all. Oh, Daniel was.
No,
first.
Daniel was first.
Man, I was about to say, man, I get them mixed up. I just know him as the Carson brothers. That's all I know, man.
Yeah, Daniel was first.
It was right.
Anders, that's right. Yeah. But Daniel was here first. But I remember in that bowl game, when Daniel first started kicking, man, I was like, Lord have mercy.
Oh, you're right. That's right.
Right. He turned it around though the next season. So
yeah, they called him Legatron.
I'm thinking Towns could, you know what I'm saying? That was his first year as a freshman, man. Coming in under that pressure is something else. So
shout out to Jeffrey Mitchell. It's a new name. Shout out to Jeffrey, man.
Mitchell.
Welcome, Jeffrey. We appreciate you being here.
What's up, man?
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Daniel was the oldest. Appreciate that, Ted. That's what I'm saying. All right, man. So let's get to the.
Let's go.
Let's get to the pressing. Let's get to the question that everybody needs an answer to. Quarterback.
Okay.
The quarterback position is what everybody is talking about at Auburn.
Okay.
So let's set the room. All right. So as of right now, we have these are scholarship guys.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Walker White.
Okay.
Deuce Knight.
Okay.
And as of right now, Hank Brown.
Okay. My guy's still hanging in there, man.
He's still in there. He's still hanging in there.
Those are your three scholarship quarterbacks. Man. Yeah.
3 scholarship quarterbacks.
Okay.
One, I think Walker took a red shirt, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Yes.
One true freshman who they're probably gonna red shirt Deuce Knight. And then you have a red shirt sophomore.
Okay.
Coming back. And Hank Brown, as of right now, who's still in that class, who's still in the room.
Yes.
I read that Auburn staff does not think the starter for next year is on the roster right now.
Okay.
So that means that Auburn has to go to the portal for one, maybe 2 quarterbacks.
Yes, I don't think anybody's thinking about that, Nick, but you said it. Go ahead. I don't think anybody's really thinking about, man, we might have to have two
We might have to
quarterbacks
get
out of
two
the portal.
quarterbacks out the portal.
Yeah, you said it. You said it, man. Go ahead.
All right, so let's talk
You
about
said
it.
it.
Let's
But
talk
people
about
not thinking about that, man. We
Let's
might
talk
need two
about this.
quarterbacks if I ain't leave, man.
because this possibly could be the biggest decision in Hugh Freeze's career. In his
Oh,
tenure
man.
at Auburn. I'm gonna take a
Yeah.
sip of water before we get into it.
Yeah, I don't
All
think
right.
people think about this part, man. But go ahead.
So, here are some of the names that have entered the portal. I'm gonna start with some of the names that haven't really. I'm gonna start with one name that hasn't really been well, two, excuse me, that haven't really been connected to Auburn, but they entered the portal. Ricky Collins from LSU, and then
Mhm.
Devin Dampier from New Mexico
Mm-hmm.
have both announced their intentions to enter the portal. Haven't
Yeah.
seen too much about them being connected to Auburn,
Mm-hmm.
but these 6 names that I'm about to mention have in
Okay.
some way been connected to Auburn University since they have announced their intention to enter the portal.
Okay. Let's go. Let's
Before we
go.
do that,
I'm ready.
Huggy Beard said, "Give me the only AU kicker to secure the the Tigers and Natty."
Yep.
And then all those guys are AU legends in their own right. You heard me. We hear you. We hear you, Huggy. All right, so let's go. First on the list, I think this was probably the first person
Mm-hmm.
that I saw. Some Miller Moss from USC.
Okay. Okay.
Just gonna go over his stats.
Please.
2,555 yards passing last year.
Okay.
18 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
Okay. Sound like Peyton Thorne stats, but go ahead. They do, man. They do. They do. They do, Nick. They do. Go ahead.
All right. All right.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Caden Salter from Liberty.
Okay.
He got benched towards the end of the season for
Okay.
this year, this 2024 season.
2024.
1,866 yards, 15 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Now, I want you to hear his 2023 stats. Here are
Okay.
his 2023 stats.
2023 stats. Okay.
2,876 yards,
Yes,
32
sir.
touchdowns,
Yes,
6
sir.
interceptions,
I like that.
61% completion percentage, and
I'll
he
take it.
put 1,000. He put right at about 1,100 yards rushing.
All right, give me that. Give me that all day. Give me that all day. But are we doing Peyton Thorne again with his 2021 stats? And you know what I'm saying? But man, if he can duplicate those stats, give me that, man.
That's 2023 now. Now this
I
past
know.
season, he got benched at the end of the season.
Yeah, I know, man. Like what gives though? You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like PT stats. Tell him, DC.
Yeah.
Ted said me. I'm starting to
might as well, man. You might as well. Tez, you might as well go, man. And I got a question for y'all. I got a question for you at the end. So remind me because, and I got to give credit to Asia. She told me, said this, and it kind of blew me away. But go ahead, man.
All right. And then Bubba came and Moss is a level above paid for sure. Trust
Okay, I'm gonna trust y'all guys on that one, man. I'm gonna trust you on that, Bubba. And Nick said the same thing, so I'm gonna trust y'all on it. I'm gonna trust y'all on it, man.
Ted said very thornish. Very thornish. That's what he said. All right,
It is,
so let's
man.
get to it. Let's get to the next one. All right, Jackson Arnold, who just
Okay.
entered this particular one tells me a lot.
Okay.
Jackson Arnold entering the portal from Oklahoma tells me that John Mateer from Washington State is more than likely, I would probably say very highly likely, going to be following his offensive coordinator, Ben Arbuckle, to Oklahoma. So I think Mateer is out.
It
for all
seems,
intents and
yeah.
purposes.
Yeah, I agree. For Arnold to be
It's-
transferring, he might know
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. So Jackson Arnold, these are his stats for this year. Now, granted,
Okay.
Jackson Arnold was benched in the middle part of the year for a couple of games.
Okay.
1,421 yards,
Okay.
12 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
It seems like he threw more interceptions than that, but that ain't.
It does feel like
that.
that,
Ain't,
though.
yeah, it does. That's not bad.
It does feel like
That's-
that.
Yeah. What was his throwing percentage? You have his throwing?
I don't have his throwing percentage
Okay.
on me right now. I don't have that one.
Oh,
I didn't even.
man.
I forgot to get his.
I thought he would be worse than that. I thought you was going. Yeah, I thought he would be worse than that, man. Honestly.
Yeah, and when I saw the stats, I was expecting
Only
him to be
3
like 900
interceptions?
yards. I thought
Yeah.
he'd have like 8 interceptions or something like that.
Yeah,
But no,
I
apparently
would too.
he protected the ball pretty well for the games he played in. So
Okay.
all right, another name, Ashton Daniels from Stanford. These are his stats for this season.
Okay.
1,700 yards, 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
Golly. Bro, that's worse than Thorne, man.
Worse.
It's worse than Thorne, man.
All right. Let's get into the guy that I think should be Auburn's quarterback next year.
Okay.
Thomas Castellanos.
Woo! Okay, yeah.
From Boston
okay,
College.
Yeah. Okay. Give me the stats, Nick. Give me the stats.
2024 stats. 2024 stats.
2024 stats. Give me the stats.
1,366 passing yards.
1,300. Okay.
18 touchdowns.
18 touchdowns.
5 interceptions.
Okay, that's not bad.
61.5% completion.
That ain't bad. Get
now,
rushing.
I'm about to get into his 2023 because I didn't get his rushing for this year.
Okay, cool. Okay.
2023 Thomas Castellanos stats.
Okay.
He played in 13 games but started 12.
Okay.
2023, 2,248 yards.
All right. Okay.
15 touchdowns. I think I wrote that wrong. It's either 4 or 14 interceptions.
Boy, you better not say 14.
I want to make sure I wrote that right. I got to make sure I wrote that right.
14. You better not say 14.
His rushing, he was at 1,100 yards rushing.
Okay, I'll take that, man.
I think he added 13 more touchdowns on top of that.
Okay.
And
I hope it's 4 interceptions. Please be 4 interceptions.
I hope it is too, because I think I wrote it wrong. It's a line before that, but I think that's just a smear mark that I wrote. But anyway, he was 57.3% completion in 2023.
Yuck.
So
okay.
You know, it is what it is.
Golly, man, this is we don't have a elite quarterback yet.
Now,
okay.
Now,
golly, man.
The name that I think might be the guy, but here's the thing. He hasn't entered the portal yet. And I'm not talking about Castellano. I'm talking about Noah Fafita, from Arizona, the Arizona quarterback.
Fafita,
so I've been trying to figure out what's going on with this guy. So Fafita, this was a bad year for Fafita, like a down year for him at Arizona. They got a new head coach, in Brent Brennan. A new offensive coordinator in Dino Babers, as well. And he actually regressed this season. So these are his 2024 numbers for Fafita. 2,958 yards, 18 touchdowns, 12 interceptions on 60% completions.
Dang, man, so many interceptions, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Compared to his 2023 stats.
Okay, give me the 2023 stats. And that was with the guy that's at Washington now. The head coach that's at Washington now. That's who his head coach was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes. 2023. Right at 2,900 yards passing again.
Awesome. Okay.
25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Oh man, I'll take that all day. All day. That's the Fafita I want.
And listen to this completion percentage. 72.4% completion percentage. He dropped 12 percentage points this year.
Ooh. Yeah, see, I was like, man, I want Fafita. I'll take Fafita first. But then I looked at his stats from this year, and I'm like, man, what happened? You know what I'm saying? But he reminds me of Pavia. He has that toughness, that mental toughness. He reminds me of Pavia, man. Fafita, I'll take Fafita, man. Give me those stats. See, but if you give me 2023 stats for Fafita, okay, then you got to look at my man at Liberty 2023 stats, because those are some good stats.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Salter has some good stats in 2023, man. I know.
But here's the thing about Fafita.
Okay.
So his dad came out and said that he has no intentions of entering the portal. Now, I don't know how true that is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how true that is. But they just fired Dino Babers as the offensive coordinator at Arizona. They demoted the defensive coordinator and the special teams coordinator. So the defensive coordinator and special team coordinator at Arizona are staying on the staff, but in different roles.
Okay.
Dino Babers is the only one that just got fired.
Man, he was on there a year. Dang,
that's it.
Dino.
He was only there a year. So
fired 2 years consecutively.
I don't know what the play is. I don't know if he's waiting to see who they hire as OC.
No, got it.
Before he makes his decision to enter the portal. But his dad came out and said that he has no intentions of entering the portal.
Wow.
But here's the thing, though. Here's another thing. His starting left tackle and his star receiver have both declared for the NFL draft.
Ooh.
So,
man,
which is weird to me.
yeah,
Weird.
man. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
did not mark that right. It was 14 interceptions.
Oh God, no, no, you can't have 15 TDs and 14 interceptions, man.
Castellanos
Oh
had decent tape this
man.
year and struggled with complex concepts. And he has an attitude. He has attitude issues. Left his team and after they benched him. We don't know the full story though. Not a good look. You're right. It's not a good look.
That
But
ain't
hey,
a good look, man. That
it's
ain't a good
not.
look.
But you know, it is what it is. You gotta do what's best for yourself, I guess. You know what it is. Back to what here's what Bubba said about Salter. He said the issue with Salter is inconsistency. He has an elite arm talent, but this year's tape is rough. He had a game against Sam Houston State where he was 12 or 35. What?
My goodness, man.
What?
Man.
I did try to sneak that 57% in there too. I did.
57% too.
Man,
Man,
on Thomas,
okay.
on Thomas, I tried to sneak it in there.
Let me ask y'all this question, man. This for everybody. I'm asking y'all this question. And I got credit. Asia asked me this question. As it stands, man, y'all say Mateer. But okay, so just say X out Mateer and he goes to Oklahoma with his offensive coordinator. Of all these other quarterbacks, man, none are like elite. All of them are like just. What if, man? What if the pool stays like it is?
Well,
what do we do?
You got to go get the best one in that situation and rely on the talent that you got at wide receiver. Which at that particular time becomes a scheme.
Yeah.
Because now, if okay, say for instance, we go out and to be completely honest with you, these are the early people that have announced their intention to enter the portal. We don't know what other quarterbacks will enter the portal. We don't know if I don't know. Arch Manning may decide he want to enter the portal. We don't know.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Yeah,
we don't know. We don't know what's up. We don't know. DJ Ladway may be like, you know what? I don't want to be at Florida no more. I want to enter the portal.
Sure.
So as it sits right now, you're gonna have to find the best guy that can get the ball to. In my opinion, you would have to go get the best guy that can get the ball to your playmakers. In that situation. And this is going to be another controversial statement.
Okay.
If that's the case, if none of these guys in this class are elite,
right?
Why not just stick with what you got in the class in the quarterback room right now?
Yeah, I think that's what she was getting at. Is like, okay, what are you going to do if none of these guys are elite?
Because
this is.
From all intents and purposes, it seems as if Auburn is ready to open up the checkbook and pay for a quarterback. That's what it seems like. But are we gonna overspend on a quarterback that's just not elite?
Right.
So if that's the case, I agree with you, DC. Take that money and go get an offensive line and put Walker White back there, Deuce Knight or Hank Brown if he decides to stay. And then if you want to, go out and get a portal quarterback that could be a backup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. I agree, man. It's an interesting question because people just always assume that the answer is in the portal. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
They always assume that, bro, but it might not pan out. You know, for money reason, talent reason, just because they jump in the portal don't mean they come into Auburn either. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
So
yeah, because right now, Miller Moss has visits set up for Louisville and Missouri.
See,
Auburn's not. He hasn't even. I mean, there's interest between him and Auburn, but I think that me personally, I think they're slow rolling Miller Moss for somebody else.
Okay.
I think they have and if you ask me who I think it is, I think it's between either Salter, Castellanos, and if Fafita hit the portal, I think it's between them three guys. If you ask me. And I think they slow roll Miller Moss to see what happens with those first three guys.
Got to. So got to.
And Miller Moss, like, yeah, I'm not about to sit around and do that. If I mean, he already got visits scheduled for Missouri and Louisville. So I don't know, man. And I'm like, okay, but what? All right, I ask you this question: the
Mhm.
next portal window opens up what, February?
No, that's National Signing Day, but next portal is in the spring.
Spring. So
Yep.
the next portal opening is in the spring.
Mm-hmm.
What if an elite quarterback enters the portal then?
Yeah,
I
that's true
mean,
too.
what if you
Hey,
have one enter the portal then? Like, what do you do in that situation? Like, what do you do in that situation?
you gotta go get him. You gotta go get him, man.
Would you just okay? And I give you a scenario. I give
Okay.
you a scenario.
Okay.
Caden Salter is at Auburn. Comes to
Mm-hmm.
Auburn. All
Mm-hmm.
right. In this winter portal opening, Arch Manning decides he wants to enter the portal in the spring.
Ooh.
Do you go get Arch Manning
Absolutely,
after
man.
you already have Caden Salter on the roster
Mm-hmm.
in school on campus, learning the playbook?
Yeah, a Arch Manning. Yeah, I have to go get Arch Manning, man. And then
Wow.
what I would do is like I think you did last time. I'll wait till the last day of the portal and then be like jump in at the last day.
Wait till the last day of the portal.
Wait till the last day of the portal, man. And just he show up on campus the last day of the portal, man. Everybody got to stay in, man.
That's interesting, man.
Yeah, you got to. If you can get, if he goes, you got to get him, man. You got to get.
I
You
hear
got to
you on
get.
that.
You got to
I
get.
hear you on that, man. But I'm leaning to the point now to where the more I look at this roster,
Mm-hmm.
because no matter what happens next year, unless Auburn just goes, if Auburn goes 5-7 again next year, I think that's a problem. But if Auburn goes 3-9 next year, I think it's a conversation did. I honestly believe that with the talent that's on this roster, Hugh Freeze could probably get away with this upcoming season with putting making one of those guys starting quarterback that's already in the room. One of the scholarship guys that's already in the room starting quarterback next year.
If they show up the offensive line, that's the only caveat
Agree.
I say, bro.
Agree.
Yeah, and like you said, which would be to me great if you go with these quarterbacks, then you could just take all of your money and put it on you can take all of your money, all the millions. If you're gonna put $2 million, you can take all of that and put it on the lines of scrimmage, on the offensive line of scrimmage, and then get your defensive lineman a difference maker and get you some offensive tackles, man. And then, which you're probably not gonna do, but just lean on the run, man, and then throw it to your receivers out of necessity next year. But it's good though because we're looking at the talent. The great thing is we're looking at the talent, and we're having conflicting issues to say if we bring in this person and bring in this person, now what are we going to do with this person? So he's raising the talent floor, man, which is great.
I ask you this: if they were to go out and put all the money on the offensive line, that's allocated for that for a quarterback, I think it's like $2 million. If you go out and put $2 million on the offensive line, would you put Deuce Knight out there as day one starter?
I just let I just let him and Walker fight it out. Well, I'm not gonna do my boy like that. Him, Walker, and Hank Brown. I let them duke it out, man. I'm not gonna diss Hank Brown. I'm not gonna dunk him. If you put all of your money into the offensive line, I take those three guys. And, hey, man, y'all go for it. May the best man win. Because I'm not really worried because we do have an offensive line. And if you change your philosophy a little bit, if we have a great offensive line and you just lean more into the run and protect the young quarterback, you can do it, man. Look at South Carolina, man.
Exactly. I feel where you're coming from.
South Carolina gave up the late touchdown against LSU at home. They should have beat them. They should have beat Alabama. That was a debacle. Man, South Carolina really should be undefeated right now, man.
Agree.
With a redshirt freshman quarterback. They just let him have his growing pains, take his lumps. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree wholeheartedly with you there. Excuse me, Bubba said the issue with that would be the boost where the boosters let you take that money for a non-QB.
That's a good question. That's a good question, man.
Fez came in and said exactly. I think he agreed with me when I said you probably just go out and just let one of the guys in the room already play if you go and put the money behind the offensive line. Look at Bill said, Arch Manning transfer, ain't no way he going anywhere but Bama. Because I believe, you know what, he has a point here because I think it was between Texas and Alabama when he first came out of high school. I think that's what it was when he first came out.
I think LSU was in it too.
LSU. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Bubba said we can't afford to wait for an elite QB to pop up in June.
But if ain't
And
no QBs in the portal, then what do you do? You know, but what do you do? You know what I'm saying? Out of the people, if the guy from Washington State goes to Oklahoma, then man, okay, out of our pool, use like your number one guy's material. So you and Fafita is not in the portal. So who
not
do you
right now.
take?
No.
Yeah, he's not in the portal
Yeah.
right now. So who would you take? It's
I
an
mean, you
interesting
gotta
question.
in that particular question, you gotta take. I would who I would want him to take. I want him to take Castellanos because I think Castellanos is an exciting athletic quarterback.
Mhm.
That with what the RPO style system that Hugh Freeze run, I think he fits perfectly for
Okay.
what he wants to do. If the play breaks down, he gonna find a way to make a play out of it.
Okay.
But you gotta go with Salter because, like you said, Salter has been in the system before.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
knows
I get
what
it.
he knows what the reads are. He knows
Yeah.
what to do if this happens and that. So I honestly think you probably would have to go with Salter in this situation.
Yeah. Wow.
If the most logical decision would probably have to be
Yeah.
Salter if
Yeah.
since Mateer seems to be trending towards Oklahoma and
Mhm.
Fafita ain't even in the portal yet,
Mhm.
you got to go with the guy that knows the system because it'll be a 1-year rental anyway.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because after when he leave, Walker White, Deuce Knight, one of them gonna be the starting quarterback.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yeah, and then Salter might not demand the money that Mateer is,
that too.
demanding
That
too.
too.
So I think he could spend it on offensive line, but
Huggy Beard said, righteously, bro, no matter what team it is, you got to go after Manning if you think there's any chance. Believe that. He could be a real problem. Yeah, and Arch Manning got a little athleticism to him too. They call him a dual threat quarterback, but I don't know if I would call him a true dual threat quarterback. He can run some. We'll put it like that. The boosters won't allow you to go another cycle without a quarterback. They won't pony up the money for that. It's not Hughes money, it's boosters money. Yeah, yeah, you got a point there. They want a quarterback after what they saw these past 2 years. They definitely saying that. Shout out to Wildest,
what's up,
Arkansas's
Wildest? What's
very
going on?
own.
What's up,
Arkansas's
Wildest?
very
What's
own
up?
Wildest.
What's
What's going on, man? He said, man committed to Arkansas. It was much needed, but I'm ready to talk some baseball, man. That's my sport. Hey,
That's what's up, man. That's what's
baseball
up.
will be here April when baseball season start, I believe. March or April, one of them. End of March, beginning of April, something like that. Huggy Beard.
Go ahead.
Didn't the family say more traditional SEC school? Talking about Auburn? I don't know. Did they? I don't know, Leggy. Tell us, man. Shout out to Cartel, man. Cartel.
What's up, Cartel Phillips?
He said, "Well, hopefully, whatever quarterback that comes to Auburn is already skilled up. Don't want to be the so-called QB whisperer trying to coach him up."
Not the so-called QB whisperer.
Oh man.
Hey, man.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
My bad. Go ahead. My bad, DZ.
Good. No, you said February 14th.
Yeah, February 14th. When he said baseball season, my mind went directly to the major leagues. That's what I forgot we were talking about college. So yeah, that makes sense. My bad. Ted said Walker White and Deuce Knight have the same trainer. If Walker gets the keys next year, it would give me a ton of confidence in Deuce.
But would Deuce stick around if Walker?
That's the question. That's the question.
If Walker get the keys, would Deuce stick around? Is the problem, man? In this day and age.
Interesting. Hold on 1 second. I'm doing this for you, Wildest. I just saw what you just put in. I saw what you just put in, man. There is the link. This is from Wildest. He said the Manning family said that.
Okay, the Manning. Oh, SEC. Okay, got it. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Wildest said y'all taking calls tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go, Wildest. That's the link. Hop on the link. We'll be here for a little bit longer than we getting up out of here.
What's up?
Jay Flowers. What up, Jay?
Flowers.
Light skin king.
That's
what I'm talking about,
Jay?
man. Jay said, Deuce gonna win the job. All right, so you think Deuce gonna win the job between Walker White and between him and Walker White? Who would run the offense better? Who do you think would run the offense better? Walker White or Deuce Knight?
I don't know, man. But Hugh Freeze says Deuce has got the highest ceiling of any quarterback he's ever recruited.
He did say that. And Deuce Knight was he was voted as the most athletic quarterback in this class
Yeah,
2025.
and his comp say and his recruiting comp say he has NFL agility and ability right now, not tomorrow. They say it right now. Like, good Lord, man.
Bubba said he's still smoldering. Okay. Hey, everybody saying Deuce, man.
Everybody saying Deuce.
Everybody saying Deuce.
Everybody
If that's the
saying
case, they gotta. If that's the case, they gotta sure up their right tackle spot because as we
Yeah.
know, Deuce left-handed. He
Yeah,
left-handed.
that's a good. That's a good take, man. That's a good take.
Oh, I like this one. He said Deuce. He got to gain 15 pounds. He got to gain. He got to gain a little
For
bit of
sure.
weight.
For sure.
Bubba said both fit well. Knight is the better athlete and the better passer. Wow. But you know what? Walker White.
Ooh.
Walker White gives me Tebow vibes.
He does, man. He does.
Like
he really
Walker
does.
White gives me like Tebow
He really
vibes.
does, man. He does.
Like it feels like when Walker White gets the ball, like some kind of way, and like it's 4th and 3, and they need a first down. I just really believe that Walker White is gonna get that first down. You know what I'm saying? I just feel it. Feel it.
So we got baby Cam and baby Tebow.
Baby Tebow. That's interesting.
Okay.
This might end up being the same way. One on transfer because both of them was on the same team.
Yes.
So one of them may transfer.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and one of them may end up at another SEC school. Jay Flowers says Shoal gonna be the right tackle.
Okay.
Talking about Broderick Shoal.
Yep. Okay.
He could possibly be in the 2 deep this coming up season. Ladies and gentlemen, Arkansas's very own is about to come to the stage. Wildest is in the building. What's going on, Wildest? How you feeling, man?
Hey, what's good, my fellow sports fanatics? How y'all
What's
doing?
up, man?
We doing all right, man. We doing all right.
Hey, I'm living the dream, man. Like I said, I'll put y'all on if y'all need some information this upcoming baseball season. Talk sports.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
That's what you got to do. Just let me know. I'll be on. Y'all can get with me. Email me if y'all want to do a live stream and talk some baseball whenever we play all this year.
That's what's up.
It don't matter, man. I'm all about that baseball, but
That's what's up.
I'll stick with football tonight since I know y'all talking about the portal and stuff. And, man, it sucks because we got a lot of guys leaving that are some big factors that we need, moving forward. Malachi Singleton gone, man. That sucks.
Yeah.
But,
Hey, my man on the Hog Wild podcast probably passed out.
oh, dude. I mean, hey, listen, we're going to talk about it tonight, I'm sure. Going to have a little bit more information about it. But
Hey, tell him I said what's up, man. Tell him I said what's up, man.
Oh, you know I will.
I know he passed out with Malachi Singleton got in the portal.
Hey, I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, that whole thing with Taylor Green just didn't pan out. I mean, Bobby Petrino picked the guy because he thought he could get him to where he needed to be. But obviously, there's just too many fundamental errors that guy that kid has, and that you just can't coach that out of somebody that's already been playing with those skills and that mindset for 4 years already.
So is he coming back next year?
As far as I know, he's coming back. But the way it looks with us, going and getting and the whole thing was we'd had them whispers that Bobby Petrino was looking at the Charleston spot and maybe going to Florida or something. But when he come back, he pulled his name out of that, and he come back and we got Madden. I honestly think that Madden Iamaliava is the reason why Bobby Petrino came back to Arkansas. And I also think that with that being said, that's the reason why Malachi is leaving, because he knows that he's not going to get a starting spot because Bobby Petrino's
y'all got the future, bro.
Is that Nico's little cousin or something?
Yes, it is his younger brother.
Younger brother. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I'm gonna say this real quick, and this is what's the real deal about Arkansas fans and how this is going to shape out this next season. If we have Taylor Green starting, if he even stays this next season, we may be at a point where Arkansas fans, have no hope for a football team ever because we have a major issue internally at that point, because you have a quarterback that has proven that he is just going to be a run-of-the-mill average, quarterback, and he's going to throw more as much interceptions as he did touchdowns, if not more, like he did this season. The only reason why he threw more touchdowns was because he had a couple of, pick-me-up games with like Mississippi State and with the throwout game, the burnout game with Oklahoma State. I mean, you're going to have issues with a quarterback like that that's just not consistent and not fundamentally sound. And he showed it this year. He showed that he had his issues, and you just can't coach that out of a guy, like I said, that's been doing the same thing since his freshman year at Boise State. Mm-hmm. So it comes down to the point of if you don't figure it out, and we got 6 quarterbacks in the room right now.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, I got more than what we got.
6. So that's what I'm saying. We've got 6 quarterbacks in our room right now.
Somebody got to go, man.
And how many of them scholarship?
So 4. So we got Ian Maliava, Taylor Green, and there's another freshman, and then I think there's 2 freshmen coming in that are supposed to be quarterbacks, but one's listed as an athlete. So, and I think that they're going to use him as a running back type thing, do a Jaquinton Jackson mix like they did this year. Mm-hmm. But I think that honestly, if you don't have a solid QB battle this year and you don't determine out the gate that Madden Iamaleava is the starter, because he should be, and I almost forgot KJ Jackson. So I think it's like 4 or 5 that we have that are signed. Mm-hmm. So if you have a quarterback battle this year and Taylor Green ends up your starter, all of that amounts to, for Razorback fans and anybody that's really watching and paying attention to this program, is that it's Moneyball. It's who's paying the most money for this team at this point. It's not about the fans. It's just about the donors and the sponsors. And that's obviously not the direction anybody needs or wants their team to go. So at this point, man, you got one serious issue with this, and that's just the fact that, unless we have a serious quarterback battle here with Taylor Green, Iamaleava, and KJ Jackson, because that's the top 3 right now as it stands, and we don't figure out that Taylor Green's not our starter or shouldn't be our starter. I mean, not to say he's not a good quarterback. He can come in and do some things for us, like, with his legs, I'm sure. And we can do some scheme things with him, but he's not a guy that I would trust in any kind of an offense moving forward, especially after what he's provided this past season and through the past 3 seasons at Boise State. So like I said, look for Madden Iamaleava to win out the battle, if not KJ Jackson, and give Iamaleava 1 season to kind of get his, get some weight underneath his belt in an SEC football program, and then him take the reins after that. But the kid's got some good fundamentals, and he's a really solid kid. Came from South California, if I'm not mistaken, but threw 43 touchdowns to only, I think, like 4 interceptions or something, which is insane. But I mean, aside from that, we're losing all of our offensive linemen. Kudus entered the portal.
Yep.
Braun entered the portal.
Yep.
It's tough, man. So we've got a lot of ground to make up.
Even on the defense side, Nico how you say his last name? Davier. How you say it?
Nico Davier.
He entered the portal, and your tight end, Luke Haas.
Yeah, Luke has entered the portal. We got it, but we got a 4-star. I don't remember where he's from, but he just committed. We also got a D tackle that we recruited a 4-star. I think we got 2
Tavian Wallen
on defense.
Tavian Wallen?
Yeah, Wallen. And then we're keeping Spence and Sorey, and we're keeping a few pieces, and we've actually got, I think we got a 4-star cornerback that we're picking up. So we got a couple of 4-stars that are coming in that's going to be big. We just need to really hit the transfer portal and hope that we get a couple of decent guys. And I honestly, man, Mateos has got to sit down with Pittman and say, hey, man, let me take over and really get the guys that I want in on this offense, so that I can get our offensive line coached up the way I want to. Because I really think that was kind of an issue too, is that over the past 2 seasons, it's really been a battle of like Pittman against every other coach to do his thing. And then after this season, he was like, "Hey, look, I'll give Bobby Petrino the reins for the offense, and I'll step back and just do what I do best on the offensive line." And it felt like he was trying to do things one way, and Mateus was trying to do things another way, and that's why we really couldn't figure out what was going on the offensive line. So I think that if Pittman just says, "Hey, look, I'll delegate, and I'll be the face for the head coaching spot, but I'll let everybody do whatever the heck they want to do until it starts becoming a problem, and then I'll step in." That's what I think needs to be happening. And that's the only way I see this, Pittman keeping his job. Man, at this point, to be honest, though, I mean, go after some big name. I mean, hey, Bill Belichick is looking for a coaching spot. So he's going to North Carolina, obviously. I mean, he's looking at that spot. But, I mean, shoot your shot. Go for somebody, make a splash and do something. And at least give this team or fan base a little bit of hope. But if you're going to go with Pittman, you need to set some ground rules, I think, if you're Hunter Yurachek, and say, "Hey, look, man, you're on the seat. This is your last season. If you can't come up with at least, 7-8 wins next season, it's over." I mean, you have to have a serious, or at least, beat two top, 10 teams. You only beat one this year, which, I mean, turned out that they kind of, fell out later on. But you just got to sit down with Pittman and say, "Look, man, you've got some things that you've got to figure out with your team and your coaches and everything." And not only that, but you've got to figure out what you got going on as far as the culture inside the locker room too, because it's the past 3 years that he's had multiple people just drop out, not even like leave like at the end of year portal, but like leaving mid-season.
Gotcha.
And before that, I mean, you had the Jaden Wilson, the wide receiver. You got some serious issues that you got to figure out in Arkansas, man. If you don't figure them out, we're just going to be,
up the paddle without a creek.
Oh yeah,
up the creek without a paddle. My bad, I said that wrong. Up the paddle.
We're not gonna have that paddle at all.
Same thing.
We've been without a paddle, man. We've been using that hand for a while now. we've been using it, and they've been telling us, "Hey, man, just keep it just a little further. You're almost to the bank. You got another 3 feet, and then if you look up, you got about another 30 yards." So I mean, they're to put it lightly, they're peeing on their heads and they're calling it rain. So
yeah, man. I thought you said your boy was gone after this year, man. I thought y'all said Pittman was gone, man.
That was you said. You did say that. Wow.
Hey, I'm telling you, if anybody had any kind of doubt that he was staying, I was there to tell you that he was going for 100%. and the fact of the matter is that I told everybody, you can't predict them to win until they actually start winning, after they started just, really losing games handily. And it was a point where I had hope, because our team had the potential to win games and they looked good doing it for a short point. And then it just seemed like the script flipped and everybody just could not figure out what they were doing or what their role was, or even figure out how to get in the game. You had 2 tight ends that said, "Nah, I'm good," at a Mississippi State game where they could have gotten reps after they just come back from injury. They needed to get in the game and get some feel for the next game, which was Texas. And "Nah, I'm good." Okay, well, no, we don't need you then. So they get booted by Pittman, and I'm just like, what are we doing? So you got a big issue with Pittman and with a lot of fans. Everybody, "Oh, we can't say nothing bad about him. We like the guy. He's a good man, good coach." All fine, well, and good, but the nice guy doesn't always finish first. And in this kind of situation, in the SEC, you bank on it that you're going to finish last almost 90% of the time. And we're slowly, headed towards the bottom of the barrel in the SEC right now. I mean, we're normally middle of the pack. Every once in a while, we may have a season where we break loose with 8-9 wins. And that's great, but I'd like to see it more consistent, 7, 8, 9 wins, maybe, pull a Mississippi State, get a couple 10 wins, seasons there, and, hopefully vie for a SEC championship that we've never won and only been to twice. So it's something that I want to see us do. And it's like the Southwest Classic. We were always great. And we always, sat there and competed against, Texas and Oklahoma and A&M. And, now it's like, Arkansas who? And it sucks because as an Arkansas fan, you want the best for your team, but you can't get it because people make stupid decisions inside of the franchise. And it's just frustrating to see how this team is going in that direction. But
yes, sir.
I mean, Auburn's looking better than Arkansas is, and we've seen how the struggles have been for both of us the last couple of years.
Yes, sir.
It's not been fun, but I mean, look,
Not at all.
like I said, I'm looking forward to baseball. February 15th. That's my sport. That's how hey, listen, I
well, you passed basketball.
Hey,
Wow,
basketball's not my sport, man. I just be honest with you. I love watching the Hogs play. I'll watch them play some basketball, and I'll put in my 2 cents when we go to talk, on the We Pig podcast, and I'll do my thing and talk about it. But I'm not the guy to talk stats or nothing like that. Now, like I said, you want me to talk baseball? I'll give you all the stats. I'll give you the slugging. I'll give you on base. I'll give you the average. I'll give you the guys coming in we got from the portal. I'll give you the guys coming in that we got from the AB 500. I'll give you everything that you want to go as far as baseball is concerned. If you want to talk it, I will talk it with you, and I will give you everything step by step on what you need to know about us. And I'd honestly like to say to y'all that it's going to be kind of scary for anybody that plays Arkansas in the SEC this year because we're going to be stacked.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right.
The SEC a beast in baseball, man. Everybody get down to baseball.
I'll tell
Everybody
anybody
get down
that
to baseball, bro.
Yeah, I'll tell anybody that wants to know. Baseball is not like football where you can sit back and you can look at the team and say, oh, yeah, they've got the talent. They're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Arkansas has the talent every year, and look how they, compete. I mean, some years we do great. Some years we just can't even get out of the regional like last year. So it's the matter of can you get hot at the right time in baseball? Yep. It's all luck. That's not even a joke. It's all luck in baseball. And I'll tell everybody that every single time.
But all right, Wildest. Appreciate you, boss man, coming on.
Tell my man I said what's up, man.
Oh, you know it. I'll be on there in just a little bit when he gets on. So I'll let him know that you said something, DC.
All right, man.
All right, Wildest.
Take it easy, y'all.
Right,
Arkansas's very own Wildest. All right, man. That's what's up, man. That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good, man. Put a link in there again if anybody else want to hop on before we get off here, man. Just hit that link right there.
Man. Awesome stuff.
And
then we'll got about another. You got 3 minutes to get on before we decide we want to leave. So it is what it is. So overall, DC, man, what are you most excited about this portal season? Who are you potentially most excited about getting in, in this Auburn building? Like, is there a particular player? Is there a particular position? Like, is there a coach that you were excited to potentially see that can elevate a particular side of the ball or particular position group?
I'll say this, man. Who said this? This was either Iceman or Huggy. They were like, they wanted Bieniemy.
Yeah,
as OC.
Yeah, as OC.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I actually like that idea. So I mean, my thing is this, like this was before, because at first I thought when Ohio State lose that they should call Ryan Day to come be the primary play caller in the OC at Auburn. As soon as I heard about Bieniemy being let go at UCLA, he shot right up their list. I said the same thing.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, man, you need a primary play caller that all they do is just focus on the offensive side of the ball.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely. It's just like, I'm honestly, man, you said excited. I don't, what the old man said, give us a QB. It's like, oh man, who is the QB? I don't see him in there yet. I don't see I just don't see that QB Dylan Gabriel in the portal yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't see a Cam Ward in there yet where you can just be like, man, that's him.
Yep.
I just don't see him yet, man. So when I see him, I guess I get excited, man. But as far as the portal right now, man, We need a quarterback. We need offensive lineman, man. I just don't see them yet.
I agree with you there.
I
Yeah, I'm
don't see 'em
excited
yet.
about this. I'm excited to see. Cartel said Bieniemy was his was his choice. Also, I'm excited to see how much run they get these young guys because I think if the younger they are, the more experience they get now at a younger age. When they get to their junior year, the end of their sophomore year, junior year, if they are here as a seniors, if they have not declared for the draft, I think that makes the team so much more dangerous. And you get to the point then to where you don't have to play as many freshmen when you have those guys that actually had to go through it. And now, now the freshmen that's coming in the classes of 28 and 29 and stuff like that, 27, 28, 29, the 25 class, they're juniors, the 27 class are freshmen. Now you looking at it like, okay, I don't have to play these freshmen right now. I'm not where I can play these guys that are experienced. They can teach these guys what's going on. And then now if I have to plug and play some freshmen just because they are just that dude, that's fine. But I'm not relying on myself to actually go and play a freshman.
Absolutely.
I think we're in the position now to where a lot of freshmen are gonna have to play, which is good. Which is good and bad because they're gonna make some mistakes, but it's gonna be good in the long term because they'll have that experience.
Yeah, and I think it sets up well. I think the way we're building it sets up well with the salary cap coming in too, because you're gonna have $22 million base salary, and then you're still gonna have your collectives on top of that. So the way we're building it, I think you'll be able to maintain the rosters too. Hopefully, they put something in the contracts and stuff where these guys will have to stick with the schools for a year or two, to get some consistency, man. So I think with them coming in with the salary cap, it's gonna change the game. Give the schools a little more leverage.
Yeah. We'll start knowing a lot of stuff come Monday. And you know what? I may do a live every day. Do a live every day doing transfer portal.
Man, this is about to be a circus, man.
I may just do a live every single day doing the transfer portal period. DC, tell them where they can find you at before we get up out
at Auburn_addicts on all platforms everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You can find me and Nick on at Auburn Addicts on YouTube on all platforms on Sundays 5 Central, 6 Eastern. For have you heard Auburn news today, man? We're just giving you all the news on Auburn sports for the past 7 days. And you catch me and Tight the Alabama fan on Iron Bowl debates, bro. Anyway, at 6 p.m. on Wednesdays usually, and then we do pop-ups all through the week anyway. So both shows, for all the shows probably, man, put your notifications on, subscribe, tell everybody, put your notifications on and subscribe, man, because we're going to be popping up all week, man. Especially next week. It's going to be a circus, man. It's going to be a movie next week.
It's transfer portal time, so we gotta keep it up, man. We gotta keep up with the information because the information can get old within 30 minutes to an hour. So
what you talking about?
We gotta stay true to it. Man. Old man said Miller Boss. He said
Miller Boss. Okay.
Huggy Beard, man. Huggy Beard day one, man.
Yeah,
Huggy Beard, man. We appreciate you, boss. We appreciate you, man.
Huggy Beard taking over for the king of the comments, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Huggy Beard taking over, man. Like. The king sleeping. Huggy Beard taking the throne, man. Let me ask you this, and I know we got to go, but did you hear what happened to Tyler? The guy that was the linebacker,
Tyler Lockett. Yes.
Yeah. Did you hear about that? And now we about to go, but I just wanted to know if you heard about that.
So he committed to Auburn.
Yes.
Then decommitted and committed to Ole Miss.
Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Yes.
Then committed to Ole Miss.
Yes.
And then recommitted back to Ole Miss, but sent his letter of intent to Mississippi.
Mississippi State. You're right. Yeah.
But said that he was going to, but Ole Miss put out the thing saying that he was coming.
Yeah, Ole Miss on national signing, they put out that he was committed, and bro, they were going crazy, and then he wound up in Mississippi State. That was crazy, but that was crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to everybody that was in the comments tonight, man. We had a lot of people in the comments, man, and a lot of people that watched that did not comment as well, man. But we appreciate all y'all so much, man. Like I said, Monday, transfer portal open. I ain't decided yet, but I'm about 15% sure I'll be doing a live every single day doing the transfer portal. Doing the transfer portal period. I'm about that much percent sure.
Put your notifications on, man. That's it's simple. Put your notifications on.
I'm going to just let y'all know I'm trying to become a college football insider.
He is an insider. Let's go.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
I put some things in the work, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks I'll have something to announce
Okay. That's what's
which
up.
would be dope. And if it does, man, that'll be dope. But man,
Let's
as
go.
always, man,
Let's go.
hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, share the video. Man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here, just sitting down, listening to us talk, and give our perspective on sports around the water cooler, man. And shout out to Auburn Addicts for coming over with me. He went, he
it's
texted
awesome,
me in the
man.
middle. He was like, "Can I come on?" I'm like, "Come on, man."
Yeah, let's do it. I
Make it happen,
love
man.
talking around, sitting with the guys, man.
Yeah, man,
talking
because it get
around.
kind of bored. I was getting kind of bored.
Hold up,
I was
Nick,
even
look
kind of
who
bored.
in.
The problem solver. He just
Oh
popped in,
my
man.
God.
Shout out to problem solver,
Problem
man.
solver, where you been, man?
I said the same thing.
Lady, problem solver. We've been having all these problems we can't solve because you not here. Think of how many problems we got stacked up, man, because you've been gone. Golly, problem solver. Go ahead, man.
Man, it's all good, man. Well, shout out to problem solver, man. Appreciate that, fellas. But as always, man, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button. We thank y'all so much. Can't do it without y'all because if y'all ain't watching,
Yeah, man.
I mean, it is what
It's
it is.
awesome,
But we
man.
appreciate
This is
you, man.
Awesome.
Before we get up out of here, as always, man, y'all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed, man. One love, and we out.
Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell so you know when we post more videos and go live.